Hi there, I'm Pippa from Best Behaviour School for Dogs, and in this short video we're going to be teaching your dog manners at the front door. So a lot of people speak to me and sort of say their dog is a little bit uncontrollable at the front door. So they're jumping up, they're barking, and often obviously it depends on your visitor coming in whether they like that behaviour or whether maybe they're more elderly and you're worried about that behaviour because it could hurt them, or they're young children and again you don't want them to be scared. So whatever the problem is, we want your dog to learn some manners at the front door. So namely, this is barking, alerting you, but then what we want to be able to do is say, yes, you've alerted me, you've got a dog, that's what you've got a dog for, but stand down, listen to me now. You've let me know someone's there, stop, ask them to do something else so you can let your guest in without your dog jumping and consistently barking. So how do we do this? Okay, so there are two ways in which we can train manners at the front door. One is a much simpler version if we don't have a great level of basic training already, such as a stay or a beg command, and the other is a little bit more advanced. Okay, so how do we first start with some manners? What we want is basically to have an exercise we can practice when nobody's there, okay? We're not only doing this when someone's at the front door because you won't have a chance. We need all these building blocks to be in place during the day, maybe sort of 5 or 6 repetitions of this exercise a day. So then when there is someone there, your dog is far more likely to do it. And this can all be incorporated into your 2 10-minute training sessions each day. We always suggest 2 10-minute training sessions each day. And you can alternate the trainer, so between family members. Again, by using a pouch, you become the trainer, the pouch of power. You have the pouch, whoever wears it then is the trainer. So the most simplest version of manners at the front door is we're asking our dog probably to do a sit. We just want to start with a sit. Now it's always worthwhile keeping your dog, where possible, a good 2 or 3 metres away from the door. Otherwise what we find, we might ask them to do a sit, say 1 metre away from the front door. As you go to open it, your dog whips out, and that's not what we want. So if you have the space for it within your hallway, 2 or 3 metres away, we want our dog to be doing a sit. So we're going to practice this exercise with no one at the front door. We're going to go ask our dog to do a sit. Then what we're going to do is reward them with a novel sort of longevity toy. Now a longevity toy is something such as this. Now it can be anything with a little treat in, a little food item in. Novel means they never get it apart from this time. So I'm going to give him this as a reward for the sit, to take him away from the front door so I can go and answer the front door to my guest without my dog being there barking and jumping up. The reason it's novel is as soon as my guests have come in, I take the toy away again. So it's not something they just have for the whole day, because then it won't be of value when you want to use it as a training tool at the front door. Longevity is just the fact that I put a little bit of meaty treats in. So it's something that holds a treat. If you simply just throw a treat, your dog is going to go for the treat and then go straight to the door again. Okay, so how do we use this? We have this packed already at the front door. You're having an exercise where no one's at the front door initially. We get our dog into one spot. Now, you can, obviously these tiles are quite useful because you can almost have a line that you want your dog to be behind. If you've got floorboards, exactly the same thing. You might have a carpet or a runner or something like that in your hallway. And again, you can get your dog to the same sort of line. Again, consistency is always key with training. So we practice the exercise. Jack, come here. You're just going to want this one. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. So we get our dogs into a sit. We reward them with the novel longevity ball. Good boy. So we throw that there. And then we go to the front door to answer the front door to our guests. And then I'm going to the door and pretending someone's there. Hi there, nice to see you. Come on in. Then we need to get back to our dog and take the longevity toy away. So again, it's novel for the next time. Jack. Good boy, sit. Good boy. Okay, we take the toy away. If they haven't finished everything, we can just leave it there. If not, then we can just pack it again full of their treats. You might, of course, need to place this somewhere higher or out of sight, because we all know if I walk out the door now, Jack will be the first one to get it. So that's the very simple, easy way to train manners at the front door. Now, it is vital at this stage as well that we instruct, and I say the word instruct quite purposely, not ask, instruct guests not to give our dogs eye contact or any attention when they come in. Family members can often be the worst. Family members can often turn up with treats in their pockets as well. But of course, if they come in and go, oh, well done you, and look at your dog straight away, of course, they're going to be straight up. The eye contact will encourage your dog to jump up. And again, if they've got treats or anything like that, or they're just really good family members that look after your dog is going to be very overexcited, jumping and then barking again. So with any visitors at the front door, do instruct them not to look at your dog just until they're calmer. Now that time is very different for every dog, of course. So some dogs you don't look at them initially just for 10 seconds and then they're calmer and they're relaxed and then good boy, and we can praise them. Whereas others take a lot longer to be able to calm, and generally the younger dogs can take a little bit longer. So visitors mustn't give them eye contact initially and praise them then when they're calmer. That's really the key to this whole exercise as well. The second approach of training manners at the front door is by using a bed and a stay command. So what we do for this, we have our dog in one spot, okay, and we can either have a bed there the whole time or something that we can put down. Of course, it's got to be something we can put down quite quickly if we've got someone at the front door. Jack knows a bed command and likes a bed command quite clearly. So we put something on the floor, our dog goes into that, we ask them to go into their bed, and then we're asking a stay of them, okay? So then we're pretending again that someone's at the front door. Stay. We're asking our dogs to stay. Hi there, nice to see you. Pretending someone's at the front door, purposely keeping the door open, purposely talking, moving my hands, stay. And then we can get back to our dog. And again, we can give them this novel longevity toy. So we can give it to them over there. This will help actually bridge those first few minutes when someone comes in. So we've got them in the bed and stay while you're opening the door. But actually, again, a novel longevity toy will help while you're greeting your guests. Hi, how are you? You're going in, you're making coffee, tea, all that sort of stuff. And again, you just give this little bridging toy so your dog is occupied for a few minutes. And again, then once the person is in, once you're sitting down, once you want to be able to take the toy off your dog, we take the toy off. So again, it's novel for the next time. Jack, what's this? Good boy, good boy. And then we take the toy away. Okay, so there are two methods, but what we've got to be able to do is have a good bed command initially. So again, it's just one spot. Off, good boy, bed, good boy, sit, good boy, off, good boy, bed, good boy. So we're looking and pointing at the spot we want our dog to go to relax in. Stay, stay. You've got to have a good level of stay that you can start to turn your back and open a door. Hi there, nice to see you. We build this up to then someone knocking, and that's fine. You want your dog to be alert, and then good. Jack, come. Bed. Sit. Good boy. Stay. Stay. You're practicing with someone. Hi, nice to see you. You're practicing opening and shutting the door. We're building it up to a knock. Like I said, we're building up to the ring. If you've got a doorbell, you know, if you've got a doorbell, a knock won't cut the mustard. You need to be able to ring the doorbell. You build that up to family members going out. Good boy, stay. Family members going out and knocking. And again, all guests coming in mustn't give your dog eye contact initially. They must look away like this. Then whoever's doing the training, you're doing the stay, you're getting back the novel longevity toy. And then you can greet your guests, chat away to them, take this toy off them when you are ready to do that, so it retains its novelty. And then you've got a lovely exercise. Someone knocks or rings, your dog barks, they alert you, you say lovely thank you, stand down with a bed and a stay, and I'm going to go and open the door, and my dog isn't incessantly barking, isn't running out. It's a safety element at the front door as well. And then you reward them with that lovely longevity toy. So I hope that really helps. Two ways in which to train manners at the front door. One much easier for those who don't have a great level of basic training. We don't want to have to enforce that basic training and teach that before we're getting to the exercise at the front door. But the second one, if you do have that good level of basic training, use it. You practice the bed and the stay so we can get our dog not jumping up, not barking as people come in. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please have a look at all of our other videos and be delighted to help you train your dog.